Hey everybody, so I got a new dash cam. This one was sent over to me to review. And this one has a 2.5K in the front and 1080p in the back, and there's supposed to be a rear one as well. Okay, so we got everything out of the box. I already got everything plugged in. And let's go ahead and take a look. So right now I do have all three cameras going, but if we go to the display, you'll be able to change between the cameras. And then you could have it where you could do two of the cameras, so your front and your rear. And let's see, and it looks like you can choose in between all of them. And then we got just the front facing one. And the front facing one, you could also adjust that around as well. Now I already set up the time and everything, but let's go ahead and go into the settings. So we got our playlist, you can go in there and you can see your normal video, emergency files, your photos, and then you got your resolution. You could go in there for your front camera. You could do 2560 by 1440, or you could do 1920 by 1080. Your inside camera, it's going to be 1080p as well. And the rear camera should also be 1080p. You got your loop recording, and in your loop recording you got 1, 3, or 5 minutes. I usually do 3 minutes on all of mine. Then you got your Wi-Fi where you can connect this to the app with your phone and you can transfer files that way. You got your date, your time, you got your screensaver, you got your display options. You can go in there and you can change between like front full screen, inside full screen, rear, etc. You got your mirror image correction, your G sensor, which you're going to need to hardwire for that. You got your GPS setting, so it is going to be on. So you do got GPS. It also has speed display. You can turn that off if you wish. Also, you do have your speed unit. You got your parking monitor, WDR, EV setting, hertz, language, volume setting. You got your sound recording. You got your fatigue driving alert, headlight reminder, car plate stamp, video stamp, format reminder, and a locked video deleting reminder. Then we got default settings, card information, version, and we have extended warranty. So there's a lot in those settings there. Now, when you are recording, I'm going to go ahead and show some of this stuff now. Let's say you are driving about, something happens, and you want to lock that file. There's that little lock screen. You're going to hit that little dot for it. And it's going to say video locked. You're going to see a little like triangle flashing. That means that video is now locked. And we're going to go ahead and stop that video. Now, I have a 256 gigabyte in here, and with all these cameras and everything, it shows that we could get 4 hours and 42 minutes of video. And once you fill it up, then it's just going to replace the oldest file with the next 5 minute or 3 minute, whichever increment you decide to do. You can manually record and stop. You could also mute and unmute with the tap of a button as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this in the truck, and I'll get some footage and just show you some examples with it. All right, so my opinion on it after using it for a few days, overall it's not bad. It has pretty decent quality. When it comes to the license plate reading though, I feel like that was just a little inadequate, and that's pretty similar to a lot of the dash cams that I have tried. It will get your surroundings, you will be able to see the vehicles, the models and everything there, but when it comes to the license plate, it's going to be a little iffy. You might be able to get a pretty good shot, you might not. Now there is an app that you can use for this as well. I didn't go into any kind of details with the app. If that is a request, I can do that at a later date. I usually take the SD cards out and I put them directly into my computers. That's the only way I ever look at them personally. Anyway, hopefully you have a better idea what to expect with this one, and it helped you make your decision.